Idea space. The final frontier.
Amy, let's pick up where we left off the last part.
And here is the diagram where we left off. So let me add 2 more whitewater white pearls, one here, and one here. And one might note that these whitewater white pearls differ from the saltwater white pearls, which have been typical of what we have been seeing up to now, such as this one, but more on whitewater white pearls, that is, in general, later. And, by the way, I hope you'll realize, Kimberly, that you seem to be scaring the dickens out of nearly everyone with that lightsaber that you are using as a laser pointer. So, why don't you put that away for now, and instead, help me with a bit of house cleaning, where you clean up one of the messes you made with that infernal thing of yours. So, you might move that swim lane island, the one that you blasted earlier, and drag it down, so as to stack it with that swim lane island just below it, on that same swim lane that they both shared together.
Okay, Amy. Will do. Move along, little doggy.
Thank you, that looks better. So let me continue.
Here we have 2 symbols, both stack one upon the other, in what is called the Grand Canyon.
And here, with a bit of help from my little, albeit sometimes silly, assistant, Sally, is pointing to the UniML symbol that is the owner of this aforementioned Grand Canyon, which is called a string break, which denotes, as one might guess, that there is a break in the string at that symbol's location. And one can think of an UniML Grand Canyon as being much like the folds, say in a piece of paper, where, when looking down on the paper from the top, one can see what is on the non-folded part of the paper, but cannot see what is on the folded part, hence it is hidden from that viewer's view, yet still very much there, just not viewable, while thus folded.
By Jove, does Amy have a twin?
Indeed she does. Imagine that. There are in fact 2 them, double bubble silliness.
Or rather double bubble trouble.
You're one to be talking, Kimberly.
But since they are dressed the same, how can we then tell them apart?
I know, let's give Holly a hat. Now we can call her Hat Holly.
But in all fairness, shouldn't Sally have a hat too?
Oh, I suppose so, but it will be a black one, at that, and I am still calling Holly Hat Holly, as well.
And, what about me?
Alright, you get one too, though, I must say, you look quite dashing, in yours.
Ah.
And, don't tell me, Ron, that you want a hat, too.
No, I was going to say, so shouldn't that paper be folded down and not up, since we're calling it a canyon and not a hill?
You mean something like this?
Yeah, that looks kind of funny. Let's go with the other one. It gets the idea across, even if the fold is in the wrong direction.
And once again, it is time to wrap up this part 14, and it is amazing just how little I can cover in these, with all those interruptions and such. And as usual, links and chapter title listings can be found in the description box below, and the background music is another of Ron's many improvs, for he can certainly crank those out prolifically. This one called Lost and Found, and Lost Again. So, I suppose it's now time for me, and the crew here, to get lost. So bye, fare thee well, and toodaloo, for that is all for this part 14.